It's time to free your heart from the hurt you've been carrying for so long. Perhaps you feel trapped by these pains, waiting for something to change somehow. But change doesn't come from the outside. It begins within you when you decide it's time to leave the past behind. The time is now. We are masters at creating expectations about others. We expect them to act according to our ideals, to fill the void we feel. And when they fail, because they inevitably will, we feel that deep pain as if something has broken within us. But what if I told you that this pain is not a reflection of others' actions but of the expectations you created? What if the secret to your freedom lies in letting go of this need for control? Forgiveness is the key to this liberation. It's not about forgetting what happened or justifying others' mistakes, but about choosing not to carry the weight of those wounds. Forgiving is, above all, an act of self-love. When you decide to forgive, you free yourself from the pain that no longer serves your growth. Resentment keeps you tied to the past, while forgiveness paves the way for a lighter and happier future. So, pause for a moment and think, who do you need to forgive today? Who still occupies space in your heart and mind, preventing you from moving forward? It may be someone who hurt you deeply, or perhaps it's yourself for not being perfect. Whoever it is, it's time to let go. Because by forgiving, you not only free the other person, you also free yourself. Forgiveness is not something we do for others, but for ourselves. Holding on to resentment is like carrying a stone in your chest, a burden that weighs heavier each day. And often, we don't even realize how trapped we are by these pains. We wait for justice to be served, for time to bring healing, but the truth is that as long as we keep this wound open, we are the ones who suffer. Forgiveness is a choice of liberation, a conscious act of releasing what no longer serves us. Forgiving does not mean that what happened was right or that you should forget what you experienced. On the contrary, it means you choose not to let those experiences define who you are. People make mistakes, you make mistakes, we are all on a constant journey of learning. The perfection we often seek in ourselves and others is an illusion. Accepting that we are all imperfect is the first step toward a lighter life. When you refuse to forgive, it's like trying to punish the other person, but the one who truly suffers is you. Anger, bitterness, resentment, these feelings consume your vital energy, divert your attention from the present, and keep your focus on the past. True justice is not about revenge or obtaining restitution, but about finding peace within yourself. Forgiveness is the only way to break that cycle and return to living fully. Now, think about all the times you've blamed yourself for your own mistakes. Often, we are our harshest judges, carrying guilt that should have been left behind. But what would happen if you forgave yourself? If you understood that each mistake was a lesson, a stumble that made you stronger and more aware of who you truly are? Forgiving yourself is just as important as forgiving others. It allows you to reconcile with your own humanity and move forward. Forgiveness, then, is a gift you give yourself. It makes room in your life for new experiences, new feelings, and new possibilities. When you forgive, you are telling the universe that you are ready to move on, without the weight of the past. Your soul is purified, your energy shifts, and everything around you begins to transform. The peace you seek so deeply starts within you, and forgiveness is the first step toward finding it. The healing process through forgiveness begins with the conscious decision to release the pain. It's an act of courage because it involves facing the wounds head-on and acknowledging how much they have affected us. Often, we try to ignore these hurts, pretending they don't exist, but they are there, silently eroding our inner peace. When we decide to forgive, we give ourselves the chance to heal these wounds, to allow them to mend, and to take back control over our emotions. Forgiving is not an immediate process. It's like peeling the layers of an onion, one by one, until you reach the core. At first, it may seem difficult. You may still feel anger, sadness, or frustration, but over time, these emotions will dissolve as you allow yourself to feel and release. Forgiveness is not about erasing the past, it's about freeing yourself from the pain associated with it. Healing comes gradually as you release each part of this emotional burden. An essential part of this process is understanding that forgiveness does not depend on the other person. You don't need an apology to start forgiving. Forgiveness is a personal choice, a decision you make to release the weight of hurt, regardless of what the other person did or didn't do. It's not about accepting their behavior, but about accepting that you deserve peace. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, and by offering it, the person who benefits the most will always be you. As you forgive, you begin to feel a lightness. It's as if you are releasing a burden you have carried for years. This lightness manifests in all aspects of your life. Your relationships start to improve, your emotions become more balanced, and you begin to see the world more clearly. Forgiveness transforms your internal energy, and this transformation reflects in everything around you. What once seemed unbearable now becomes an opportunity for growth and evolution. At the end of this process, you realize that forgiveness is liberating. It is a key that opens doors to a new beginning, a fuller life with less suffering. Hurt ceases to be an obstacle, and forgiveness becomes a bridge to your own healing. When you forgive, you not only heal from within, but also create a healthier and more harmonious environment around you. The process may be long and challenging, but the results are transformative, leading you to a state of peace and fulfillment. Cleansing the heart is one of the most powerful actions you can take to transform your life. When you let go of accumulated hurt, resentment, and sadness, a new space opens within you. It's as if all the weight you carried disappears, and you can finally breathe more freely. The power of this cleansing is not only emotional but also energetic. By releasing the stagnant energies of your past pains, you allow new, purer, and more positive energies to flow freely into your life. This cleansing process doesn't happen overnight, but every small step counts. As you begin to identify and release past hurts, you start to notice subtle yet powerful changes in the way you think and feel. That burden that once felt unbearable starts to lose its grip, and clarity takes the place of confusion. You begin to see situations with more perspective, understanding that forgiveness and emotional release are acts of self-love, not weakness. Cleansing the heart is also a way to reconnect with your true essence. When we are trapped in hurt and resentment, our view of ourselves and the world becomes obscured. Everything seems harder, heavier. But as you let go of these emotions, you start to rediscover your own light. Your creativity, joy, and ability to love begin to flourish again. It's as if you are removing a layer of dust that covered your true essence, allowing it to shine once more. Furthermore, the act of cleansing the heart has a direct impact on your relationships. When you free yourself from the shackles of the past, you become more open and available to others. Your interactions are no longer tainted by fear or pain, they become rooted in trust and empathy. People around you also notice this transformation. The energy you emit changes, attracting new opportunities and healthier connections. Ultimately, by cleansing your heart, you transform your life from the inside out. The changes that begin within you reflect in the external world. The lightness you feel inside starts to create a more positive environment around you. Problems that once seemed enormous are now faced with greater serenity, and life suddenly feels like it flows more naturally. This is the transformative power of cleansing the heart, the ability to create a new reality that is lighter, happier, and more in tune with who you truly are. Throughout this journey of forgiveness and release, you begin to realize that each step taken is a step toward your own inner peace. When you cleanse your heart, you create space for joy, love, and fulfillment to flourish in your life once again. And this transformation doesn't happen only within you, it reverberates through everything it touches. Forgiveness is the key to living with more lightness, more peace, and a deeper connection to what truly matters. Now is the time to take the next step. You have the power to change your reality, to transform hurts into wisdom and pain into freedom. Forgiveness is not something distant or unattainable, but a choice you can make every day. Allow yourself to leave the past behind, allow yourself to live without the weight that holds you back. When you choose to forgive, you choose peace, you choose love, and above all, you choose yourself. Your healing journey starts now, and with each act of forgiveness, you draw closer to the full and free life you deserve to live.